like everyone's going to have their own styles. All right. I clearly have a different style than probably a lot of you guys would be comfortable with for your child or for yourself or for your spouse. Right. And that's okay. Right. There's so many things that you like, no matter what I say to you guys on these live streams or what I teach you inside the training videos, there's a certain amount of what you guys are going to learn through the actual experience of doing it and refining it for you specifically. So, for me, if you watched my trainings on Eugene Review, it's under the tools section. In the drop down on the site, you can go through those training videos. They're there for you guys. But I think it might even be under prospecting somewhere. But if you listen to what I say and you hung on every word of what worked for me, it is quite a bit different for what ended up working for her. Even though she hasn't hit her 30K yet, I think they're up to like 17 to 18 grand a month, which is, it's not that bad to go from in 6 months to $0 to $18,000 a month in this top line. They have expenses, but it's not that bad. If you would have watched my Eugene Review videos and hung on just every single word that I said, you may not have, learned that the phone works for you or a Zoom meeting works for you for doing one of those meetings, because that's not the way that I specifically did it. So I think the one thing I want to kind of mention to you guys is everyone's going to have their own styles. All right. I clearly have a different style than probably a lot of you guys would be comfortable with for your child or for yourself or for your spouse. Right. And that's okay. Right. The style works for me. At least I think it does, whatever. But knowing that people have different ways of doing things, I want you guys to understand that there's, as you go through these training videos and as you start doing stuff, like one little variation of, not using the color box that, Weebly suspended, 3 days after I made the training videos or whatever, isn't going to make a difference if your lead gen site's going to rank or not. Right. And so it's kind of a fine line of trusting the process of what we're showing you, but also kind of going, hey, what would happen if I did Eugene Review through a Zoom meeting versus in person? I know Dan only did it in person. So, what would the difference be? I think as long as you're willing to, if you're going to make a variant to anything we're training you or just a slight shift, is that you just see it all the way through and have enough data that comes back for that shift, right? So meaning if you went to those Zoom meeting for like that Eugene Review strategy, don't do 1 or 10 or 20, get enough data down from a macro level so that you guys actually can look at the numbers and go like, oh, yeah, that really worked. Or maybe I shouldn't have, went outside the lines on this specific part. Maybe there was something to that. So I'm all about trying things and doing things and making, tweaks and variations to stuff, because I think that's how you evolve as an entrepreneur, as a human, as whatever, right? But I think what oftentimes can happen for people, especially if this is your first run at being an entrepreneur, is that if it doesn't line up perfectly, or you can't understand every last thing of it, that we just stay dead in the water and do nothing at all. And so I really want to push you guys to be willing to experiment different prospecting techniques and strategies and taking little variants of some of those things that maybe worked one way for me and adding your little extra to it.